Welcome YouTube to Complete Lifestyles, where we focus on becoming the best version of yourself. Always striving to move forward. Nobody is perfect, but we can all strive to become complete as individuals. So, before we get into today's video, I just want to say CompleteLifestyle.co. That is the website where you got your clothes, your hats, your shoes, your hoodies. It's wintertime. Time to get geared up, guys. Also, you can get my book, How to Live a Complete Lifestyle and Leave a Legacy. That is also up there, but if you do not go to the website, you can go to Barnes & Noble, you can go to Amazon. I'll put all the links in the description. Redbubble Teespring has some of my clothing, my custom designs. I created my own. You can also check that out. I'll put that in the description below. So, today, we are going to talk about Kanye West. And when I'm talking about Kanye, it's a touchy subject because of everything that he's doing, but what he has also been diagnosed with. So I'm going to try to tread lightly across the whole situation. So, you don't want anybody to be mad at you or upset or in their feelings about something you said. So, today, Kanye West. Is he crazy? Is he strategical? Is he a genius? He could be some of all three. He could be a collaboration of the three. I'll just go into details of some of the things that he has going on. First of all, for everybody who doesn't know, even if you're somebody that doesn't necessarily pay attention to Kanye West, he's a rapper, songwriter, record producer, fashion designer. He's pretty much doing some of everything. He's got his hands on everything right now. He's in the business of selling. So what that means is his music, his brands, his ideas, he is a salesman. He's also a brilliant marketing guy. So if you think back, him and 50 Cent collaborated a few years back just for record sales. So he's the same person that, before the billions of dollars, people were laughing and saying, oh, he's broke, he's borrowing money. But people didn't understand the plot behind what he does. I'll give you an insight to how a lot of these marketing geniuses think. Whenever they have a project or something that they're getting ready to put out, they cause controversy because controversy gets people talking about their name. It gives them sort of a press run without doing the press run before it happens. So when I ask the question, is he crazy or is he genius? It could be some of both, because at the same time, with that being said, he does things right before he's getting ready to put something out, whether it's an album, a new shoe line, some clothes, some new music, an idea of his. So you just always have to think about these people and think they are playing chess at the highest level because, number one, controversy sells. If he was just out here promoting just positive everything, not as many people would pay attention to Kanye West. And he knows that. One of the main things about my channel is why it takes slightly longer for this specific channel to do as well as some other channels is because I don't have any controversy. I don't put people down negatively. I try to put myself in other people's shoes and just help people become the best version of themselves, no matter what they have going on. So getting back to Kanye West, like I said, controversy sells. So you got to be knowing exactly what he's doing so that you don't get swept up in the hurricane of what's going on. So let me break down a few things that Kanye West has done over the years that has gotten people's attention for whatever reason, for whatever time frame or he had going on, whatever project or thing that he was getting ready to put out, what he normally does. Let's just go through a couple things. Most recently, I was going to say it was the White Lives Matter t-shirt, and how I read somewhere today that he had a fashion show scheduled for his White Lives Matter, for his regular clothing line. He scrapped that and decided to do a show with the t-shirts White Lives Matter. Instead of his original clothing line, he grabbed for the headline and decided to do a show with shirts that say White Lives Matter. Now, his clothing is already well known around the world, but it will not get the same attention as a black man in today's society, where everybody is focusing on what lives matter. A lot of black people saying black people lives matter. You have some people in the middle saying all lives matter. You have white people saying white lives matter. You got people saying police lives matter. I mean, blue lives. Everybody has come up with their own catchphrase. But for a black man to say white lives matter, it is something that people will talk about. You have people that coming out the woodworks and giving their own opinion on what Kanye West has going on with that slogan. And in actuality, when he says, oh, well, I just thought it was a good thing, and we're laughing about it after we did it because of all the headlines he's grabbing. So let's get into another thing. The Adidas controversy about his own brand, where he feels like they're taking his idea and making something similar because they're either upset with what he's got going on and he's not working with them, so they're trying to slowly push him out the door, or he's really becoming difficult to work with and they're saying, all right, well, we don't want to work with this guy, but he's still a genius, so we'll just take a concept that he has and kind of make it our own, and people will still buy it because it's still attached to our brand. So you always have to be careful with that. The next thing he's done, crashing Taylor Swift's acceptance speech at the VMAs. We all remember that when he came on stage, and you got the statement about George Bush and how George Bush doesn't hates black people. So, you know, it seems to be controversial. Do I think that he's not a very intelligent man and he doesn't understand that controversy sells? I think that at the highest level, because when you can grab headlines and make yourself internationally known by what you're saying, you're doing something. You're doing something. Whether it's right, wrong, or indifferent. Now, do I believe that he meant a lot of the things that he's saying? I do believe that. But at the same time, he knows what he said is going to grab headlines. He also spoke about saying slavery seemed like a choice. This got up in arms with a lot of the African-American community because a lot of people are looking back and saying, no, it wasn't. Now, I'm not going to get into that topic because that is something that's a little controversial. Everybody has their own personal beliefs about that. I will let you guys discuss that amongst yourselves, what you believe in, what you don't believe in, whether you agree or disagree. But things like that, his relationship with Donald Trump, him running for president, all of those things were to put him in position to be somebody that's going to grab attention. Even now, I researched right before the video started. I researched things about Kanye West and what he was doing. Just today, in the last 24 hours, Kanye West shows Adidas execs porn. That was the title that came up. A few days back, or maybe last week, Kanye West made some comments about Lizzo and insults her. So he's playing the game only because people are going to feed into the negativity. If he was just doing a whole bunch of positive stuff, then he wouldn't get nearly the publicity because positivity doesn't sell. It's the controversy. It's the negativity. So, like I said, he is a genius from that standpoint. But I also want to get into the other side and how that relates to my channel, which is the part that he has been diagnosed with a bipolar disorder. So it's like devil's advocate. It's like you're a genius, but you also have this mental disorder where it is defined as dramatic shifts in a person's mood, their energy, the ability to think clearly. He has periods of mania and depression that last for months. So when he's going off on a tangent, some of that can be contributed to his bipolar disorder. But it's the same thing with Antonio Brown and his actions. Or maybe not to an extent, the Draymond Green thing, where people know that when they do something is wrong, but they're not scared of the consequences or the repercussions. They just do things. So you'll see the same type of people start having the same kind of trend. The Draymond Green thing, the fight with Jordan Poole wasn't the first thing. He's had beef with LeBron, even though they're now buddy because he's under his agency. But he's kicked the guy in the nuts. And with that, he's even called men out their name the B word. And you don't do that. It doesn't matter who you are, because not most times out of 10, you're not going to just be able to call somebody that and not have to answer any consequences. Same thing with AB. He's got the issue with Tom Brady. He's got the issue on the field. He's got the issue in the locker room. He's got the issue now where he was saying they're saying he's scamming people out of money and involving Lil Wayne. So most of the time you can see people, they will have a track record. Now, one incident is forgivable because everybody makes mistakes. But if these people aren't genuinely working on themselves, they're giving way to more pain and traumatic experiences because of the things they're allowed to do. They hurt people and they don't have any repercussions. They just do and they do. Maybe they lose it. Maybe like in Antonio Brown, he loses his spot, his job opportunity. But it's not to the detriment of him to the point where he makes changed behavior, because he's still doing things. When people feed into his controversy, he's trying to capitalize off that and make money off of it. And so what you get a lot of times is you'll do something, you'll apologize for it, and then you'll go back and do something again. If you're not actively trying to become a better person, then you're just going to keep repeating the same thing. And, I was watching Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp, and they were talking about how the people around you enable you to do your BS. Once you get to a certain status and you're the breadwinner, you're providing everybody's eating off you, and you're taking care of all of their bills, and you're paying for them to go places with you. You're basically the money train. When people get into that stage, they don't have anybody most of the time that's going to keep it real with them and tell them, hey man, you got to do better. Hey, you got to chill out. Hey, let's get some help. Let's get some therapy. Let's not do that, because there's going to be some consequences behind it. When you're in that position, everybody's that's around you is a yes man, because they don't want to get kicked off the money train. They don't want to be telling you what you should be hearing, because they're fearful that you'll say, okay, well, since you don't agree with what I'm doing, then bye. I'm not paying for you. I'm not bringing you along. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. More people have to stand up to these people and say, hey, man, get some help. Because clearly there is an issue going on with these people, because it's not just a one-time thing. So that is where it ties into my channel, where if you're complete as a person, you're understanding who you are, you know where you're trying to go, you know what your purpose is, but you're also making sure that you get all of the necessary help you need. You're going to your counseling, you're going to your therapy, you're taking care of your body right. You're taking your medicine if it's prescribed and it's going to help you. You may not know how to get to A and B. You might not know how to get from A and B to C, but you are smart enough to figure out how to get the necessary help that will get you to where you're trying to go. So I just want to be able to connect that, guys, because that is so important, because most people think that if you have money, that solves all your problems. I just gave you 3 different people that have all the money in the world, have everything at their hand, anything they want, the money, the help, the lifestyle, the people, anything they want, they have it right there at their fingertips, but they choose not to use it. Why? Because the people that should be around them telling them to get help aren't doing what they're supposed to do. And then they're not complete enough to understand, hey, I have to look at myself first. I always tell people on my channel, the best advice I ever got was, no matter what happens, good, bad, or indifferent, you got to look at yourself first. So I need those guys, the people who's in the same boat as them, that are having these same issues, normal people in life that are not megastars or millionaires, billionaires, etc., etc. I need you to find the best version of yourself, to work hard, figure out what you're about, figure out what's important to you. If you need help, get the help you need. Coaching, therapy, all of those things are going to help people at the utmost. Because you got to remember, like I just said, money does not buy happiness. You have so many people that have all the money in the world, and yet they're suffering on the inside because they don't have their mental. I'm able to be happy as ever, whether I can't pay my bills on time, whether somebody's not in my corner, whether I have the worst day ever. I stay even keel, and I understand that life is full of ups and downs. You don't get too high on the highs. You don't get too low on the lows. You stay even keel no matter what. So I need everybody that's watching this video to just work on yourself, understand who you are, so that when you do come into money, you already know what makes you happy. You're already established. You already know how to become the best version of yourself. So then all money is going to do is just amplify that. What most people don't understand is money it doesn't change anything about the person. The person is the person. Money is either going, if you're good, it's going to amplify you to great. If you're bad, it's going to take you to worse. So just understand life. Those valuable lessons will teach you how to go very far, because you understand what life is really about. Like, comment, subscribe, guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and be the best version of yourself. Thank you.